Today, Sunday, the 15th of December 2024, we have a total of 8 games events to share with you, which will be backed up by some stats and analytics to help you make your picks in this list to boost your winning by a greater percent. And to those of you who want to access our handpick events based on top 10 and top 15 event match prediction picks, as well as our corner kick events with huge odds which we share to members only, then of course you want to make sure to join the level 2 pro plan to start to have access to all of these features to take your winning to the next level. To those of you who want to join, the link is below this video. You want to make sure that you go navigate and join as a member of level 2 pro plan to start to have access of all of these to take your winning to the next height. So without wasting time, I will share with you all the game prediction we have for you today. Looking at the first event match prediction pick, we'll look at England in the Super League women, Everton women against Manchester City women. Looking at the recent performance of the home based on home games, you're going to see that the defensive power lineup is very weak and they do concede a lot of goals recently, especially in the Cup and the Super League against Tottenham. That of the opponent, on the other hand, in the that is Man City women, they've had games in the Champions League women and have proved to be very offensive. They've also had major events in the SL, that is Super League of Women, and also again in the Champions League women against Hammarby, where they proved to be very offensive. Looking now at the recent head-to-head, which they met this same year, Man City play at home, it lead by 2-1, a total of 2.5 goals. This time, City women is going away, and it is still having a very great form. Looking at the stands in terms of form based on comparison of this tournament, of course, Man City women, the away, sit on the third place. They prove to be good at offense, and the defense is not that very tight. But the home performance, Everton proved here that the defensive lineup is weak. And looking here at everything in place, we want to look at two major picks in full time. For this event, Man City women have a good offense. And since the defense of the home proved not to be tight and weak, of course, we looked at Man City, the away team, Man City women, to take advantage of that weak defense to see how they can have goals possibility here and also to lead. And since the home, based on the last head-to-head which they met, there have been the probability of at least 2.5 goals with Man City leading at home. This time, it is still having a very great form. And the fact that it has had major events, especially in the Champions League women with strong teams, and they have lead, of course, comparing to that of Everton, Man City women still have a greater form as compared to that of Everton women. So look at Man City women to take the lead as one of the major pick, as well as goals probability is just the safest. At least 1.5 going full time as one of the next pick, as well as the possibility of 2.5 goals to occur in full time. Looking at the next, we still look at women in the Super League of England. This time, Crystal Palace women against Manchester United women. The recent performance of the home based on home gameplay proved that they are very conceding in terms of recent event. That is Manchester United women, on the other hand, is also a very good offensive team, scoring between 5 to 4 goals per each event. And based on the recent performance of the home, based on home games in terms of form, looking at the home comparison, Crystal Palace women, which is the home, proved here that the defensive lineup is very weak. 4 games played and conceding up to 12 goals. That's an average of 3 goals conceded per each event. But Man United women, on the other hand, sit here on the 4th position with score rate, which is at least good. And looking here at everything in place, we want to look at 2 major picks in full time. For this particular event, Manchester United women, the away team, proved to be good and better as compared to that of the home. And since the defensive line of the home is very weak, we want to look at Manchester United women to take advantage of that, to have more possibility goals here, and want to look at the possibility of at least 1.5 goal in full time as one of the major pick, as well as 2 goals over for this particular event in full time. Looking at the next here, we looked at Netherlands in the Eredivisie, a match between Ajax against Almere City. Looking at the home, Ajax, based on recent event they've had, the performance, especially in the Europa League against Lazio and also in the Eredivisie, have proved that, of course, the recent performance has not been a great play. Almere City as well, on the other hand, is very, very, very weak in defense, and they concede up to 3 goals and even 4 goals per each event, as you can see. They have recently met this year And of course, Ajax played at home. It beat Ahmed City by 3-0. This time, of course, the performance of Ajax recently in terms of stand by home games comparison by form proved that Ajax, which is the home, sits here on the third position. And the offensive line of Ajax recently, based on home game played, have proved that the offense is good. For 5 games played at home, they've had 4 leads, scoring 11 and conceding 5. But the opponent, on the other hand, Ahmed City, still proved here that the defensive line is very weak and the offense is also not good. And looking at everything in place, we want to look at 2 major picks in full time. For this particular event, Ajax have had a lot of losses based on recent gameplay they have had. And the fact that its performance at home have proved that Ajax is always a good team at home. This time it needs this game. And looking at this, since the last head-to-head, Ajax still played at home in lead by 3-0. It is still going to try every possibility by picking that form to see how they can lead this event in full time as one of the major pick by Ajax to lead, as well as the possibility of still goals, since the away team Ahmed City still have a weak defense. We are looking at Ajax to also take that advantage of the weak defense of the away to try every possibility to lead in full time, as well as the possibility of goals. So we'll look at 2 to 3 major picks here. 1, Ajax to lead. 2, the possibility of 1.5 goal in full time. 3, the possibility of 2.5 goals to occur in this match in full time. And to those of you who want to access even more games, and as well as our top game predictions, which we share to members only, then of course you want to make sure that you subscribe to the Level 2 Pro plan, for we had a total of 8 solid games to share with you, backed up by stat and analytics. And if you want to access the remaining part of the game, then of course you want to make sure to become a member of the Level 2 Pro plan to have access to all of these, as well as additional match prediction picks in terms of our top 10, 1.5 and 2.5 goals, as well as corner kick events with big league match predictions, which we share to members only, like Champions League match prediction events, Europa League, Conference League, Premier League, and other big league events with huge odds to take your winning to the next level. To those of you who want to join, the link is below this video. Click, navigate, and join as a member to benefit from all of these features. Good luck and see you again in the next upload, and bye-bye for now.